Hello and welcome to another episode, and welcome to the 2022 facelift MG5. The predecessor to this had rave reviews and we love ours, so hopefully it's going to be just as good, if not better, and it needs to be because it's £7 more expensive. Let's go take a look. Please remember to check out our other videos and to click on the subscribe button and tap on the bell icon so you get notifications each time we upload another video. Now, the first thing to mention about the new MG is the app. It's actually faster than the Tesla app from first opening. And to show the preheating's on, it puts the exterior lights on, which I quite like. From the B-pillar rearward, the exclusive MG5 now comes with privacy glass as standard, and also now has these 17-inch diamond cut alloys, which I think look really nice. The front end lift means a newer, more robust charge port, and the reduced 80 kilowatt charge speeds should allow for quicker overall charging. Also, these new LEDs will allow for a quick visual check on your state of charge whilst plugged in. The 3 kilowatt vehicle to load feature will be great for campers and people needing a 240 volt power supply on the go. I know we'll certainly use it for power tools. Sadly, the front remains unchanged, but we'll soon pop a suitable container in there to utilise the wasted space. The back end is also largely unchanged, but the rear LED lamps now take on an Audi-esque design and look great. The rear storage area remains the same at 479 litres or 1,367 litres, with the rear bench folded. Rear access is good, with wide opening rear doors and plenty of leg and headroom. This with the driver's seat set in my position at 5'6", and the rear armrest should make longer journeys more comfortable. Front access is also good, with a 6-way electrically adjustable driver's seat. Sadly, it's still manual for the passenger. Manual reach and rake adjustment is also retained from the outgoing MG5. The split storage dash has returned from the MG ZS EV and is quite useful, although very high in my opinion. And finally, we have 4-way selectable cameras which give the bird's eye view for parking. So let's talk about what's new and what's not.
So I'll start.
Okay.
New front end and LED headlights, what do you reckon?
I really like the new front end. I think the old front end was already dated by the time the car came out.
Yeah, I'll go with that. It's not its strongest attribute, was it?
No.
Looking at the front, this is much better. So
yeah, it looks really modern.
Happy with that. I'm almost reluctant to take this apart and use it as a work van because it's quite pretty. It's more of a family orientated car.
Yeah, definitely.
I think. Yeah.
Because there's still no other real EV estates out there, is there?
There's none. There's no. The Enyaq they class it as an estate, but it's not an estate. It's on the same platform as the Audi Q3 or the Audi Q4, sorry, and the e-tron is an SUV.
Right. Okay. So this car would be fantastic for a family, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I know we're converting it to a van.
Yeah.
But you've got so much space.
The app.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in our experience, this app is quicker to load from when you first open it than our Tesla app, which is saying something because the Tesla app is pretty good. So you can preheat it, you can preheat the screen, you can preheat the car, you can put the heated rear screen on, you can check other things, and it's for what you need in terms of charging and range and checking things. It's brilliant and it works really well. And
yeah.
I mean, I've managed for 50,000 miles without an app on our MG, and it's been fine. But it's a nice little thing to have, especially in the cold snap that we just had.
Say, yeah, it would make a massive difference to you because I was able to defrost the car, and you had to go out and sit in the car and wait for it to defrost, didn't you?
Yeah.
So it's just that little bit of a time saver. It's a little luxury, really, isn't it? Being able to get into a warm, defrosted car.
It is. Okay, a few things that haven't changed is this seat is still not height adjustable, so it's fixed. And as I've mentioned before, on many occasions I have an abnormally long back and neck, and I sit very high in the car, and I feel like actually the roofline is impeding my vision because I'm so high up. I'd like to be the same height as her, so I'd like to be able to lower that. It's no biggie, but for anybody who's got the same size back and neck as me, you might notice it, definitely.
Not many
What
people
was
out
that?
there.
Thanks.
Sorry. Yeah, that's a shame. Because this is fully adjustable electric seat, isn't it?
Yeah, the driver's... It's the same on the earlier one. They haven't changed that.
But while we're on seats,
Yes.
one of my favourite topics, these seats are noticeably comfortable. No, these seats are noticeably more comfortable. They seem more supportive, I think.
Yeah.
And they've also got the addition of the material on them, which your current MG doesn't have. And it just feels a bit warmer. I don't know why.
I don't know what it is, but it's a nice effect.
Yeah.
It does look a little bit like it might catch the dirt, especially on the doors, on the inside of the doors here. But I feel like you could also scrub it and it'll probably come clean. We'll have to wait and see. I don't know with that. But it goes right round the dash, down both doors, along with this blue accent that follows the car around in the front anyway, which is quite nice.
Yeah, in general, the interior I think is nicer than your current MG. The only thing I say I don't particularly like is this centre console.
Yeah, it's quite high, isn't it?
It's really high, and I remember we've driven another car which had that, and it makes me feel like a little bit claustrophobic. I like that space there, personal choice, but I don't really like this raised bit in the middle.
I do wonder actually, if you were to take somebody who's 6'4" and put them in that position where their knees are going to be higher, if that's going to
Be in the way.
like, because the Leaf does that. The Leaf's got a similar thing here, isn't it?
Yeah.
And remember Matt Brown used to moan about it,
Yeah.
being
getting in the
6'4".
way.
Yeah.
There was one thing you mentioned, which on the old MG ZSEV, they had like a little slot where you could bring your phone through, so you could have it on the top even though the charging bit was underneath.
Ah, yeah, so the hole through, didn't they? Yes, yeah, that's gone. I mean, because I like to keep my phone up here, I suppose maybe it stops you using your phone.
Yeah, so it's probably a bonus.
Yeah, maybe a safety aspect to it. All right, dashboard, interior.
I think it's much better. It's got that kind of, I wouldn't say luxury, but it's got like, it's a step up definitely from the old MG.
The interior screen works really, really well. The old screen on the old MGs did have a few ucky problems, but this has worked faultlessly over 361 miles. So far it's been really good, and it's nice and wide, so you get this nice big view of Apple CarPlay. I can't speak of Android Auto, but the Apple CarPlay window is very big. Also, the heating controls are nice and easy to work, albeit you have to go into the heater to operate the heated seats, which isn't brilliant, but you do get used to it. But so far, yeah, that's very good.
Something I didn't realise is that on this MG5 and the previous MG5, you can actually watch videos on this infotainment system.
Yes, you can.
But with the old MG5, the screen is so much smaller that it probably isn't worth doing. On this one, if you stopped somewhere, especially for us with Florence,
yeah, charging.
Yeah, you could pop something on for her to watch. So that's quite nice. I do feel like there's a big improvement on the interior other than this centre console bit.
But would you say there's £7,000 of improvement?
No.
No?
I don't think so.
What about the wheels and the way it looks? I think...
Is this the same spec level as the old?
Yes.
Ah, yeah. Maybe, I don't know.
So it's got the new wheels,
Yeah.
It's got the new front end, it's got the LED headlights, because the headlights were shonky on the old MG5, and them LED headlights are brilliant. The difference is phenomenal. So from that perspective, I think it's worth 30.
Yeah, no, I think I was thinking you just meant on the interior basis, on that basis alone.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, with all of the stuff,
yeah,
potentially yes, I think it is probably worth.
There's something
that
else
bit
though.
more.
There is something else. It's got interior lights in the back, which no other MG I've seen, electric MG, has had. So they've put them in the grab handles here, and the difference at night. You open the door and it lights the whole car up. So when you're putting your little person in the back and trying to get the car seat buckle in, you can see what you're doing. It's amazing. I've seen stories of people sticking lights in and wearing head torches, and
Well, we did, didn't we, with our MG ZS? We had put a little light in the back.
we fitted one in the roof lining, didn't we? Yeah. And you shouldn't really be doing that on a car of this price, I don't think. So yeah, that's nice. It's good that they've done that. Now then, there is a negative and that is the efficiency doesn't seem to be as good. I think it is partly because of the wheels. I don't think the coefficient of drag has changed. If it has, I think it would only change for the better because it's a slightly more smoother front end. But let's see how it goes. It's only done 360 miles. We haven't really had time to test it in its full capacity yet, but ultimately that will happen.
I'm going to balance out your negative with a positive.
Oh, what, like an argument?
The suspension.
Okay.
Noticeably different.
I'll go with that.
Yeah.
Do you think it's the wheels though, or do you?
I don't know. You're going to be the one to answer that question. But I think it feels a lot smoother, a lot more, I don't know, solid, but not in a bad way.
Reactive.
Yeah, reactive. Actually,
Yeah.
that's another good point. But that is probably the suspension, isn't it? That when you are, the handling's better.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
so much better.
Yeah. Okay. So what would you change about the car now as it is, if you could?
This centre console, and that'd probably be it.
That's not bad, is it?
No.
That's not bad. So they've done a pretty good job.
The efficiency.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, that's a good point. I would happily take these wheels off and downgrade to a higher aspect ratio tyre, because I think that would make a difference.
Maybe you should. Do a week with it on these tyres.
Yeah.
Change the tyres and try it.
Yeah.
Be a good experiment, wouldn't it?
Mm.
Because it is a shame, because obviously we're going to be using this as a work van, which is going to be doing high mileage every day. You want to be able to get places quickly. You don't want to be stopping and charging more than you need to.
No, that's true.
So it's a really
Very
important
true.
part of owning this car.
Actually, you've brought me on to another point, which is quite interesting, charging. So I took this at a very low state of charge to Rugby Grid Serve to charge it, and the charging speed's been reduced to 80 kilowatts, which is interesting because it did sit at 80 kilowatts, but it sat at 81 kilowatts. And what I found was it held 80 kilowatts to about 66%, I think, which I think is quite impressive. And the overall charge time was about 8 minutes quicker, I think.
Ah, that's good.
So yeah, it is. I was quite pleased about
Those
that.
8 minutes make a difference.
Yeah, they do. They do.
So this afternoon, the back seats are being ripped out and it's being converted into a van. So this will be the last time you see this MG5 as a car, but you will see many, many updates of it as James goes about his working days. So look out for those. But I think we've exhausted it, really.
I think so.
So we'll leave it there. But any questions, let us know and we'll endeavour to answer them. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on Twitter @Cape Phantom, and we'll see you again soon with another episode.